Hi dears, in this class we are going to discuss the last part of the lesson, the sound of music, part 2, the Shehnai of Bismillah Khan and the poem 2, Wind. Here in paragraphs 10 and 11, it's saying about the awards and recognitions came after the talents of the great Shehnai player Bismillah Khan. He was awarded with the Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan and Padma Vibhushan, and he got the highest civilian award, the Bharat Ratna, also in 2001. Actually, when he was having that great moment when he was holding Bharat Ratna on his chest, he said to the audience, "We all must teach our children the classical music of India. That is the real tradition of India. Even the Western people are coming here to learn our music. It is just because our music is so holy and divine." He was being called fondly as Khan Saab by the public, many people. And even though he traveled many parts of the world, he never wanted to stay anywhere in the world other than his native place, Damron and Benares. One of his students wanted him to start a Shehnai school in USA and to settle there. He even offered that he would make the Benares reconstructed over there by constructing the temple structure and all there. Then he was asking whether he will be able to take river Ganga over there. Later it is believed that he said that whenever he is outside India, he will really long to come back to India, and whenever he is there in India, in some other parts of India like in Mumbai, he'll be really longing to be there in his native place. And when he is there near the holy Ganga and when he is there in Benares, he'll be longing to go back to his birthplace, Damron. It clearly shows his strong bond with his native place. We can very strongly say that the life of Ustad Bismillah Khan was a real cultural contribution to the world of music. Can you imagine a Muslim playing a musical instrument in one of the most famous temples of Hindus, Kashi Vishwanatha temple? It's really unbelievable, but it happened. People respected him for his talents, his dedication, and his contribution to the world of music. And the great talent died in 21st August 2006 at the age of 90. He was having a prolonged illness for a long time, and his funeral was being done by the Indian government and was given one day mourning there. Now we'll go with the beautiful poem Wind, written by Subramanya Bharati in Tamil and being translated into English. This poem is a beautiful monologue where the poet is trying to speak to the wind and trying to express his feelings towards wind. Here the poet is requesting the wind to come softly without breaking the shutters of the windows and scattering the papers. And the poet is saying the wind not to throw down the books on the shelf. Now the poet is telling why he is telling these words, just because he could see that the wind has done all these things. It had broken the shutters of the windows, it had scattered the papers, it had thrown down all the books on the shelf and tore all the pages of the book. And then the poet says that the wind has brought the rain again. Actually, the poet is feeling that the wind is always a real clever thing, that it always tries to play with the poor people or the weak people. Here the poet has another meaning towards the poem. It says that the wind, we can take it as the challenges or problems which we human beings are facing. And the poet says that when we are really strong or when we are really weak, the effect, the influence which we are having on our physical and mental state will be entirely different. That's what the poet says here. And then the poet continues saying that once when we want to go on with friends with wind, we have to be strong enough. We have to close the doors firmly so that the wind will not make them damaged, and we have to keep our houses strong enough that the wind will not get in and damage them. And then we have to make ourselves steadfast. And then when we are physically and mentally strong, then the poet says the wind will not be disturbing us, it will be friends with us. The same way the poet is saying in another words that when we are facing a problem and when we are physically and mentally strong, the problems which are coming across us will not make a very big problem in our life. The problem will come, it will go. That's all. Hope you understood the class well. It's time for me to wind up. Thank you. Have a nice day.